And he wants to hang on to number 1.
Well, Mike Snyder, here we go with the 4th and final session of pulling as Counter presents the Nationwide Auto Parts Indy Super Pull 14. This is it. Always a very popular afternoon of competition here on Sunday afternoon. So we've got the 7,500-pound super stock and the heavyweight two-wheel drive trucks. And then we're going to wind up with the 11,000-pound unlimited. And all 3 classes exciting in their own right. We start things off here in the 7,000-pound super stock. Popular because of the weight horsepower ratio. We're going to see a couple of new tractors in here. But we're going to start things off now with Neil Gettinger out of Milton, Indiana with the D21.
You know, Dave, I think the 7 Super is probably my favorite super stock class. You see as good a variety of different brands of tractors in this class as you do any of the super stock classes.
We're also going to see a lot of new names, including Bob Russell of Iowa, Warren Ropp, the champion and the NTPA champion from Kelowna, Iowa. We're going to see, of course, Esden Lane, who's been a past champion, Tom Dickerson out of Olean, New York with his IH, Alfred Wilds, also Alan Brabeck and Tom Casting. Here comes now Buckeye Thunder, Neil Gettinger powering down the track out of Milton, Indiana, and he's going to fall short.
Still looks like he might have some of the problems he had last night in the 9.
187.2, the distance for Neil Gettinger. Tom Dickerson on an international 666 out of Olean, New York. That's where St. Bonaventure's from. Here he comes. This is our first look at him this week, and this has always been a great tractor in the 5,000 and 7,000-pound classes. The 20-mule team, pulling team, Tom Dickerson, over on the right-hand side of the track, comes to a halt at 2:29.11, and he takes the lead. All righty, here's Tom Casting now. Our first look at him out of Franklin, Indiana. John Deere 4430. And Mike, we haven't seen too many Ford Charger systems, but it looks like we've got one here.
Yeah, I believe we do, Dave. I'll tell you, Tom's a long-time John Deere puller, and looks like he's got a few problems there. It just didn't come alive out of the hole.
I said we haven't seen too many Ford Charger systems. I met on a John Deere. Hoosier Deere, nice name on it, but no power here this afternoon. Whether he's going to try to come back right now or drop the last in the class, we'll find out real quick. But it just doesn't look like he's got enough power to keep her going today as they get ready to unhook him. And they're giving us a distance now of 70.2 feet. Here's Neil Gettinger out of Milton, Indiana with a John Deere 4010. And Mike, this was always a popular tractor in the 7,000-pound class for years and years.
Yeah, and it still is, Dave. The 4010 John Deere is kind of the, I don't know what you call it, the workhorse of the newer series John Deere tractors. They've been around a long, long time.
Neil Gettinger 2:22.4 as he comes to a halt. Here's the defending NTPA Grand National Champion in the 7,000-pound class, Warren Ropp out of Kelowna, Iowa, where the Ropps are involved with a John Deere dealership. And, of course, he just won so many of the top honors this past season in super stock pulling. They really look tough, and just great to see a John Deere winning that 7,000-pound class. Iron Elk, he calls it, as he brings it off the line. He'd like to take Super Pull win as well. But he's coming up just a little bit short down there at the end of the track. No, it's a full pull. It's a full pull. For a while, we didn't think he was going to make it. It's a full pull for Warren Ropp out of Iowa. Bill Berg out of Farmingham, Minnesota now. He'd like to get it out the end as well with his International 3688. And Mike, we talked a little bit earlier about the lowered front end on these tractors. Explain this just a little bit.
Well, Dave, they've dropped the front end down because once the front end is over center and low like that, it's harder to pick up. So again, leverage comes into play and more weight transfer to the rear wheels of the tractor.
It worked here. A full pull for Bill Berg.
Sure did.
We've got 2 out the gate so far. Here's Neil Gettinger now out of Milton, Indiana with the D21 Buckeye Thunder.
I guess he did not take his first pull, Dave. We thought he did, but...
Well, now we've received word from trackside that he did not take that first pull. He dropped 6 positions. So here he comes as he powers down the track, but it's another disappointing distance.
No, he's still got some problems somewhere.
187.2.
All right, Max Simpson up now from Charlotte, Michigan on his ACD 21. And Dave, this is really Max's class. Of the 3 Superstock classes this tractor competes in, this is his.
He's been a champion in this class before. The horsepower to weight ratio is just right. Look at him go. Look at him go.
Jet carry in the front.
Look at that. Look at that. Pull. And Max Simpson now is in the pull-off.
Tom Castings had trouble on his first attempt. He dropped 6 places to see if he could get his problems worked out. He's back now with 1 attempt left.
John Deere 4430 with the Ford turbocharger system. And like Mike said, he dropped 6 positions. We gave an earlier distance of 70.2. I believe that might have been erroneous.
I still don't think he's got his problems worked out.
No. Well, it's disappointing all the way around for Hoosier Deere. Yeah. Mark Gettinger now out of Milton, Indiana. This is another one of their tractors, the D21. This is the old Cage tractor. He's got a good shot of making a full pull, Mike.
It's been a good running tractor for a long time, Dave, and it looks like he's going to make her all the way down the track.
Yeah, he takes it out without any problems at all. That's another full pull, and we're headed for a fairly large pull-off here in the 7000 Super. Well, we sort of missed Coleman Wheatley a little bit from the East Coast, but here's a guy that fills in very nicely for him.
That's right, Dave. Alfred Wiles from Mount Airy, Maryland, on a John Deere 4430. Looks like he's got a good run going, right straight. Well, not real straight.
Super Tiger. I love the paint job on the side of that tractor.
Good-looking John Deere.
226 and 2 for Alfred Wiles. Here's our first look this weekend at Robert Russell of Prescott, Iowa, with an International 3688. Tractor very capable. Look at him turn the tires with workhorse.
Boy, those wheels are really going around. Rob just come in on the NTPA circuit this year, but he's been running extremely tough.
And he takes it out without any problem at all. Bob Russell, full pull. Well, Lesden Lane, as you mentioned before, there are certain classes where tractors perform better at, and even though he's good in all 3, he loves the 7.
Yep, this is Esden's class. Esden from Dayton, Minnesota with an IH 1486.
He can turn the tires, and this is a Ford turbocharger system?
I don't think it is, Dave. I think well, he's got 2 exhaust stacks, so obviously it is.
Make a lot of power, and he's going to come up short. He is going to be short, and that's a very disappointing blow to him. Here's the distance, 231 and 9. Here's Alan Brabeck out of Albert City, Iowa. And a couple of years ago, the Brabeck brothers came out with this AC 8050, and it's the only one like it that I know of on the circuit today, Mike.
That's right, Dave. They call it the Imposter, and they've been trying a few things a little differently on this tractor, and they've been having a lot of problems over the years, but when it runs, it really runs strong.
Built primarily for the 7,000-pound class.
That's right. That's an awful big tractor to take down to 7,000 pounds. But
got a lot of iron off on Imposter, like the name on it, a Ford turbocharger system, rather. The Alice Chalmers 8050 new style tractor.
I just quit running on him there at the end of the track.
And the distance, 198.5. Here we go now in the pull-off. 5 tractors, 1 John Deere, 2 Alice Chalmers, 2 Case Internationals. And this is what makes the 7 Super Stock so good, Mike, is the variety of color, the variety of tractors.
That's right. It's good to see a John Deere in there. You don't see a John Deere running real strong in the heavy classes except for this one. This one's strong in the 7, 9, and the 11,000-pound class.
All right, the defending Grand National Champion, Warren Ropp, coming back now in the number 1 spot here with his 4430. He had a full pull the first time around from Kelowna, Iowa. First the Brabecks and the Kluges and Ernie and Warren Ropp, the Ropp family. A lot of super stock pullers coming out of Iowa, or some of the modified dragster tractors coming a little bit more back from the eastern part of the Midwest. Here we go now. Coming off the line, they've added more weight to the sled. It's a bigger load. Iron Elk. And he's got a nice run going. It got way over there to the right-hand side of the track for a while. It looked like he was going to go out of bounds. But
yeah, he had to hit that left brake, and that definitely cost him some distance.
Here's the distance for Warren Ropp in the pull-off, 203.7. Here's Bill Berg in the pull-off from Farmington, Minnesota for the International 3688. He's got a shot with Berg's Never Enough. Look at that pick up the front end. He's got to beat 203.7. Got a shot. Here he goes. He's got power to spare. He passes the flag, but poof, a lot of black smoke. Looks like he broke a hose, rather, right at the end.
Something let go underneath the hood there, Dave.
And the distance, 2:16.6. He's going to take the lead, and boy, that's going to be a strong run to beat. And I guess if you're going to break something, you might as well do it right at the end of your run.
Yeah, after it's over, that's the only time to do it.
Max Simpson out of Charlotte, Michigan with the Alice Chalmers D21. Never count this guy out because they've had national championships in this class. They can come close. He'll give it everything he's got. The tractor's balanced just properly. He comes off the line looking very nice. Mean old Alice. Look at that. Look at that. He's picking up the front end. Boy, he's got a great run going. And he's going to spin out. This is going to be close. Nope, he's going to come up about 10 feet short at 2:05.7.
Mark Gettinger up now in the pull-off with his AC D21.
Of course, here's the puller for Milton, Indiana, the old Cates tractor, which has always run good. I tell you, the Gettinger's got their hands full with all these.
Boy, they really run a bunch of machinery now, don't they? They used to be just strictly John Deere, but now they've got 2 D21s.
All right, look at this, coming down the track. Got his foot on the brake, trying to keep it steady.
Oh, it quit on him right there at the end.
199.3 here in the pull-off. Here's Rob Russell out of Prescott, Iowa, the final puller here in the 5-way pull-off in the 7,000-pound super stock. He brings her off the line, cranking the tires, turning them hard. 36.88, Case International, the workhorse, and he's working right down toward the end of the run, but he's going to come up a couple feet short of Bill Berg. Here's the final distance for Rob Russell, 2:04.10. Here are the final results now in the 7,500-pound super stock class of session number 4 at the Indy Super Pull 14. Bill Berg wins it out of Farmingham, Minnesota, with his International 36.88 in the pull-off, 2:16.6. Max Simpson was second with the ACD 21 in the pull-off at 2:05.7. Rob Russell finished number 3 at 2:04.10. Warren Ropp, number 4, with the John Deere, the defending national champion, at 2:03.7. And the 5th and final puller in the pull-off, Mark Gettinger from Milton, Indiana, with the D21 at 199.3. A 5-way pull-off won by Bill Berg of Minnesota.
Well, I think I've been here probably about 5 times, and this is my first win, so it's a very good feeling.
Well, congratulations. Any strategy that you used out on the track today?
Well, I guess the first run we had a pretty good run, maybe a little bit of a slow start, so we took off 75 pounds in the second run on the front end.
So ran a little bit lighter. Did you have to touch the brakes very much?
I touched the brakes quite a bit at the beginning. It wobbled a little bit, but I guess I'm very satisfied right now.
Well, congratulations on your first win after 5 years here at the Indy Super Pull. Bill Berg.